Hey, good morning, y'all. Happy Monday. Well, we have a lot of things to dig into this week. We're continuing in Father's Day for the month of June, lessons I learned from Daddy. And it's been good for me to reflect on the things that he really instilled into me as a young child. And it has even more so impressed upon me that now is the time that I teach my children these things. Now is the time that I really give them a solid foundation. I can't wait making the excuse of, oh, they're too young. They're too young. No, they are not too young. And the consistency of the lesson over the course of my life even solidified even more the truths that I saw my parents live out. And these lessons that we're talking about that I learned from my dad. And so this week we're going to start a new lesson, and it is just work. You work. And simple, short and sweet, to the point. But we're really going to dig into the importance of working and what he means by work, because the Lord never designed for us to be slaves and under a hard, oppressive taskmaster. That was not God's design. His design was also not that we sit on our keister and just wait for things to suddenly happen. That's also not how the Father works. And so there is a balance. And the first thing that I want to go through, let's just go to Colossians chapter 3. And that will be what we look at today. So Colossians, there we are. Chapter 3, verse 17. And you will all know this verse. It's very familiar. But it says, and whatever you do, no matter what it is, whatever you do, no matter what it is, word or deed, do everything in the name of the Lord Jesus and in dependence upon his person, giving praise to God the Father through him. And then, interestingly enough, Paul goes into a list of things: wives, husbands, children, fathers, servants, whatever. So it does not matter what you are doing. Paul tells us to do it in dependence. Do everything in the name of the Lord and in dependence upon his person and who Jesus is. And then after he goes through the list, verse 23 says, Colossians 3:23 says, whatever may be your task, work at it heartily from the soul, as if something done for the Lord and not for men. And I think that is of utmost importance. That whatever your station, whatever your call, whatever your place, whatever your job, whatever you are doing, whatever you put your hands to, that it be unto the Lord. And that 3:17 is that word or deed be done in his name and in dependence on him. And that really brings a whole new light to our daily lives. Everything that we do is done out of dependence on him. So when I'm looking at that on this Monday morning, going in to find out God knows what from the office this morning, is that it is not in my strength, and that it is not in my ability, but everything that I do is in total dependence on him. And when I recognize that, when I understand that it's his strength in me and his grace that flows through me, enabling me, grace is a force. It's not just I'm not even going to get into that today, but grace is a force, and it is an empowering, and it is a loving kindness and tender mercy. It is a favor. It is all of those things. It's not weak and wimpy. And so when I understand that I am walking in a grace for the place that he has called me to, the place that I'm in, it allows me to do the work that is placed before me. Well, we will pick up here again tomorrow, and we will dig farther into lesson from Daddy number 3, work. Bye, y'all.